How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the second episode of PhoenixCast. Today, again with me, we have
Ryan, but I'm not actually going to say it in a weird way because my girlfriend found that very weird for comedic purposes.
Oh, it was a little jarring, but it's fine. It's fine.
Why you gotta be me?
Hey. It was my fault. I was being too formal. Stop with the faces. Alright. Moving forward, today's episode
Is it really an audio moment?
No,
Just
it's okay.
Staring you in the eyes.
The more you do this, the more I've got to cut out. Don't worry.
You won't cut this out.
No, this is staying. Moving forward. Today's episode, we're going to talk about the story of Kingdom Hearts so far.
So brace yourself because it could be a long one.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a long one. And apologies in advance if we forget any points of this incredibly convoluted story.
I mean, let's face it, only the number titles count.
Oh, sugar.
I want to point out that they don't just count. Every game
There
counts.
is no such thing as a spin-off game, guys.
Let's make
no such thing.
absolutely clear. Because it does my fucking head in. And there's a first swear of our podcast.
Yep, okay, the handle has been lifted. It's going to happen now. It's all coming out.
So to be pre-warned that there are swearing involved as well.
So let's get this fucking show on the road. So, let's begin.
Release order?
Release order. Kingdom Hearts 1. Wait. Final mix? Final mix.
We just include the final mixes as we go because they are essential.
Okay.
A young Haley Joel Osment. Did I get the name right?
Haley Joel Osment, yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
He sees dead people.
I'm terrible at remembering names.
He knows how to do his job.
We'll learn that as we
He
go.
knows how to do his job.
We start off on an island, a Destiny island.
Oh, yes.
We're very cryptic with the naming in Kingdom Hearts.
Well, it's meant to signify this is the beginning of everything to come.
Destiny?
Yeah.
Sounds like something else we know.
Are we talking about Darren Shan?
What, Des Tiny?
Yeah.
Where it took me so many years to realise it meant Destiny.
Yeah.
The Sons of Des Tiny.
Yeah. You
It's
got there.
not my proudest.
You got there.
It's not my proudest moment in life, I'll tell you that much. Although they are few and far between. Right, so we start off an island. Sora, Kairi, Riku. No, we don't. We start in his heart. We don't start.
We
on
do.
an island.
We do. So the game takes place on an island for the most part, but at the beginning of the game, we are inside Sora's heart as a dream,
And a voice
and there is a voice guiding him to a door.
to a door. Oh, it's all
It's all about the doors in this game. Doors and hearts. That's what everything's about.
and keys.
And keys.
Lots of keys, but they don't go in the doors ever.
No.
They
Wait,
do.
there is one time in Agrabah where you actually put the Keyblade in a lock to open doors.
Oh my god, there is.
Yeah.
That just blew my mind.
Only time. Anyway, right, okay, so
Going ahead of ourselves.
So you reach the end of Sora's dream with all the cryptic messages telling him he's the one who will open the door. And his own shadow becomes a massive heartless.
But at this point, we don't know that they're heartless.
We do not.
We don't know its name. It's Darkseid.
It's Darkseid.
We don't know that either.
And I believe this is symbolism for the fact that every heart has darkness inside of it. No heart is pure light, as far as we know so far.
Once again, expressing that some of our points will be opinion, some will be fact. Obviously, it's,
Yeah.
I do agree. The symbolism is there.
Mm-hmm.
We do pick. I know this is more gameplay elements, but sword, shield, staff as well.
Yeah, it just changes your level. You're leveling up.
Leveling up, so whether you can get like leaf bracer earlier and helps with like.
Is there a leaf bracer in Kingdom Hearts?
Oh yeah, that
Final
game
mix. I don't think there was originally. Leaf bracer
was a new app.
first was in 2.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll
Final mix might have had it. I can't remember, but the first Kingdom Hearts didn't have leaf bracer.
Oh, he might not actually. I might be getting that confused.
Correct us if we're wrong, by the way. Feel free to let us know if we're getting any information wrong.
So, we beat the dark side. We come out of the dream. We're woken up by a red-haired girl, Kaoru.
We are.
She calls him a lazy bum. Bit rude.
So we discover after this that they are building a raft to get off the island, and we find this out from Sora and Kaoru's best friend Riku,
who will grow to be the best character in the series, in my opinion.
in everyone's opinion.
Most opinions. I think a lot of people got pretty sad when their favourite character wound up in the newest KH3 trailer, but we won't go into that one.
Yes. So, over the course of the 2 days you spend on the island, you are building provisions and parts for your raft to escape.
Although, do we want to say that? Well, I'm going to say it. What level did we usually farm to on the island?
Around 20, but that's nothing
20? Mine was 20. Mine was 10.
Oh.
20?
Yeah, I used to go to 20 when I was younger.
Oh,
Yeah, it killed me.
is that an awful lot of hitting the ball back at Waka or
a whole lot
colliding
of
with Tidus?
colliding with Tidus.
Oh, I said Tidus, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's Tidus. I'm not having this. I will end the podcast.
Each to his own.
I will end it if we call him Tidus. Hey,
we
what's
call him Tidus.
happening, man?
Hey, what's happening, man?
Me and Tidus.
Me and Tidus explored the hidden place today.
It should also make clear that is the first time we were ever told the actual pronunciation of that name.
It is.
For anyone who ever played FF10.
Because you could rename Tidus to whatever you wanted, so they never actually voice acted his name.
No, they just said him
Yeah.
all the time.
Quite rude.
We had
I've got a goddamn name.
we had other characters on that island, Selfie, Waka, Tidus, as we mentioned, and I think that was it for Final Fantasy characters.
For the beginning island.
Yeah.
So we're collecting provisions, and Sora goes into their little secret lair that they've made, where they do drawings on the walls, and he's met by a brown cloaked figure.
Well, no. First of all, before he's met by this figure, let's do the romance part. He's given a palpable fruit to Kairi in this drawing. He draws that, and then the figure appears.
Yeah. Palper fruits, by the way, are star-shaped fruits. If you share it with somebody, your destinies become forever intertwined.
Because if you ship Kairi with anyone else, I can't be friends. It's just not happening. Sora Kairi, end game goals. Okay. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
I like how this has gone on for a while. 7 minutes, and we're still in the opening. We could have played further than this by now if we were playing the
game. But to be fair, the Destiny Islands is a crucial part to Kingdom Hearts 1.
It is.
More than it is in any other Kingdom Hearts, really.
Apart from possibly Birth by Sleep, which we will get to.
Obviously. And but yeah, so where were we? Yes, he's approached by a hooded figure.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who this is at the time.
We do not.
And he tells him that the world has been connected.
Tied to the darkness.
And one...
Soon to be completely eclipsed.
I always get this line wrong, isn't it? One who knows nothing can understand nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very... can't do
you
the
understand
voice.
so little.
We can't do the voice. Let's make that clear.
We cannot.
And I'm fairly certain the character voice has changed in later games.
The first game had a different voice actor
Yeah,
to subsequent games.
And I never noticed it until you told me, but it actually is very clear.
When it does the flashback of the end of Kingdom Hearts 1 in Kingdom Hearts 2, back to Ansem Seeker of Darkness, you can hear a big difference.
Well, there's a name. Ansem.
That is the brown hood, isn't it?
Yeah.
I always get mixed up with that part. Okay, right, so you see him. After this, you go back home because you've completed your provisions, and that next day is the day you leave on your raft. Yes?
Woo!
So, Sora's mother calls him down for dinner.
Does he have a mother? I know in the first game we know about this mother.
She could be dead.
I don't see missing posters when we're showing Destiny Island shots.
It's only Sora.
All right.
It's not Riku, so no one really cares.
All right, we're just main character, but
Get out of it, Sora.
wow. All right. All right. So he's called down for dinner, but it just seems that the world is getting swallowed up at this point.
Sora notices that something's going on at the island and worries about the raft, so he goes out to find what's going on.
He risks his life for a raft.
Yes, he risks his life
For the adventure
This
of
is
a
the
life.
kind of guy Sora is, okay?
Sure.
So, moving forward. We get back to the island, and there's some strange creatures which were seen in Sora's dream inside his heart.
Yes.
Which we later come to find out are called Heartless. Yeah, so they're called Heartless. And your little wooden sword that you play around with will not hurt them.
No, because believe it or not, wooden swords don't actually kill things.
Yes, kids, it's okay if it's not real.
Let's not spread that message. So on the island...
But for real, weapons are bad. Okay, moving on. So the goal here, we find out, we get to the island, Riku and Kairi's boats are still there. So we know they're on the island somewhere. So we go looking, and we find Riku.
Yep.
Presuming Kairi's with him. We're very confused when she isn't, and we don't know where she is. And Riku starts to get swallowed by darkness.
It's not more swallowed, more he accepts it, because he knows he's the one that wants to leave the island the most out of the three. He's bored of his life. He wants to go on an adventure, but I think
His
he doesn't
words are,
realise.
I'm not afraid of the dark.
Yeah. Although he probably should be at this point.
He should be.
And he probably will be at many points later on. So he gets swallowed up and taken away. You will say swallowed. He gets taken
And because of this moment, the Keyblade, the weapon of choice
the
in
weapon
this
of
game,
choice in the game, yeah,
picks Sora
over
to be
Riku.
its master.
Now we will get back to that later on,
Mm-hmm.
but for now it picks Sora.
So from this point, we now need to find Kairi, and we can now hurt the Heartless with the Keyblade.
A question: did you ever just sit there for ages hitting all the Heartless, trying to level up?
I would always kill them to the point where they stop coming back.
Yeah, I did that a couple of times. Eventually, you just get bored of it.
You get enough potions, it's all fun.
They do help for early on, to be honest.
Especially on Proud, if you don't level. I used to level up till I got Scan and then move on. I can't live without Scan. Moving on. Right, okay. So we go to the secret place where there is now a door.
Well, the door was always there. It was more a keyholes there now. The door was always
Not the
there.
brown door inside, the door outside the secret
Oh,
place.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So there's a door outside the secret place, exactly like the door from Sora's dream.
Yeah.
So inside you go, moseying on in. And who do you find in there, Ryan?
A red-haired girl who called us a lazy bum earlier on.
Yeah, that bitch.
Oh,
So-
well, that was mean.
Yeah, she called you a lazy bum. She had it coming.
I mean, this is a Disney, so they're not gonna say real words.
That's what he wanted to say.
Okay.
Can't curse in a Disney film, mate. So,
Throwback.
Kairi turns around. Door bursts open. Darkness spews out and pushes Kairi into Sora.
Now, at this point, we have no idea what any of this means.
No, we don't. But
we'll get there eventually. And then that pushes Sora out, and then you're back fighting the dark side. But this isn't in Sora's heart anymore. This is a proper dark side.
A physical manifestation.
Yes, of the thing itself.
But the island has been destroyed.
It is just a block of it left.
There is a tiny little bit of land to fight.
So Sora, we're safe to assume Sora's mom just gone, dead.
Yeah, I think that's safe to presume.
Her heart has become one with darkness.
Well, let's just say they said strong hearts become summon stones. There was no Sora's mom summon stone. She did.
Fair enough. So we beat the dark side, and everything else just gets swallowed up. And now
It does.
we haven't actually said it, but while this is also happening, we're getting cutscenes in Disney Castle of Donald and Goofy.
We are Donald Duck and Goofy the dog.
That's his last name.
I don't know.
The dog.
No, that was just me being weird.
Oh right. Okay.
So moving forward from there of me being strange, they have found out that Mickey Mouse, who is the king of Disney Castle, has gone missing, leaving a note saying he's gone to look for the key.
Very cryptic.
Very cryptic.
I mean, were they not just behind the sofa? Do they get sofas in Disney Castle?
I don't think I've seen one.
I mean, they have literal brooms doing the work for them, so if they don't have a sofa, what's he doing?
I'm surprised he doesn't just have a Find My Keys app on his phone.
Oh, we are taking this to a new level. Right, okay. So they go off to try and find the key.
Yeah. Mickey has told Donald and Goofy to help him in his search and to go find Leon in a world called Traverse Town.
Once again, very cryptic.
Mm-hmm.
Still.
We aren't finding many answers at this point.
No, we're really not.
So, cutting back to Sora, he's just been absorbed into a big dark portal in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing he knows, he's waking up in a strange alleyway, being licked by none other than Pluto.
Pluto the dog.
Yes.
And then thus begins an adventure that I had a friend get stuck on, actually, and I think most people would get stuck in Traverse Town because you run through the whole town and you get the cutscene with the man. He loses his heart and you see the heart turn into a heartless. Obviously at this point we still don't know they're called that. You run through all of Traverse Town, but what the game doesn't actually tell you is you have to go back into the accessory shop and then straight back out, and thus a cutscene will play. Otherwise you're just running around in circles wondering what you're doing.
Yep.
But we're going to skip all that.
It wasn't very straightforward for that. But right, so skipping over most of the unimportant parts. The whole aim of you in Traverse Town, you're trying to see if Riku and Kairi have landed there with you.
Mm-hmm.
But little do we know, Donald and Goofy are there looking for your key.
Yeah.
So you go into the second district for the first time and you see a man fall over. His heart comes out.
Yeah.
And that heart gets absorbed by darkness and turns into a heartless.
Yeah, like I said, yeah.
So, like you said, yes. So then we find out heartlesses are born from hearts turning to darkness.
Yeah.
So following this, you kind of just run around Traverse Town, activating cutscenes, like you said, where you see Donald and Goofy walking around.
It's a constant symbolism of you're just not running into each other at the right time.
Yeah, yeah. So eventually, you meet Leon and fight him. Leon is, by the way, Squall from Final Fantasy VIII.
And as we found out, voiced by
Angel.
David Boreanaz, who played Angel from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I can't remember his name, but he plays the detective from Bones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter.
I cannot believe still, and we found this out about a week ago, but I cannot believe I did not know that.
Yeah.
And I'm still upset. Alright, let's continue.
So, we eventually run into Leon, fight him. Win or lose, doesn't really matter. Just gives you a different cutscene, and you get XP if you win.
Yeah.
He will take you to a hotel and explain to you what your Keyblade is, what the Heartless are, what their goal is.
Why they constantly come out to
why
fight
they're
you.
always after you. So they are afraid of the Keyblade because it's the only thing that can return their hearts to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Which is a collection of hearts that have been released from the darkness.
Yes.
That's how you create a version of Kingdom Hearts. That's not the true one, is it? It's artificial.
Yeah,
the true one.
I know which one you're on about. That one was artificial. Yeah,
the true one is the Keyblade, isn't it?
Yes. But obviously we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
here.
we are. So anyway, they explain to Sora what needs to be done. He needs to fight the Heartless to stop the darkness with his Keyblade.
Can we say how weird that is, that the Heartless will run straight on into danger because they're scared of it?
Yeah.
They're scared of the Keyblade, so they'll attack it.
Well, it's instinct, I guess.
I guess if you're just a...
Fight or flight, they probably just figure fight. Why not?
If you... Fair enough.
So yeah, after this we have to go to the third district to fight the leader of the Heartless in the town. So we think at the time.
Yeah. There are many leaders apparently.
Yeah, apparently so. So we then finally, right before fighting this boss, we encounter Donald and Goofy for the first time.
Yay, Disney characters.
Yes, our journey begins.
Our journey begins with a duck and a dog.
Landing on top of Sora and realising he has their fabled key.
Fabled?
Yeah, it's fabled. They don't know about it.
Fair enough.
So, I say so a lot. So, basically,
we fight the armoured.
We fight the armour with Donald and Goofy and find out they can take us to other worlds on their ship.
The gummy ship. So we can go places with them. Also, not really important, but the only game to have Trinity symbols.
Trinity symbols, which are symbols of friendship, which you use with Donald and Goofy to access hidden areas or different items. They're not really important in any way to the story.
There was one that was important, but in the HD 1.5,
yeah, the one
they
missable.
fixed it.
There was one missable Red Trinity in Oogie Boogie's mansion in Halloween Town.
Yep.
And if you didn't pick it up before fighting him, the mansion would be destroyed and you would lose it forever.
Yeah.
In the final mix version, they put the Red Trinity on the ground afterwards, so you couldn't miss.
Yeah, it's in that archway, but it never goes away after that. It's constantly there.
Yeah.
When you do it.
But yeah, right. So that is the end of Travis Town. We now have our party members.
We go off
Donald and Goofy.
We go off to 3 different worlds now, don't we?
Yeah. So story order, we would go to Wonderland next. We find out that you shouldn't meddle in other worlds' affairs. You shouldn't let them know you're from an outside world, or that you can travel, or let them know about what the Keyblade is.
Yeah.
So really, most of these Disney worlds play out like the Disney films, with a bit of Kingdom Hearts added. So we generally know what Alice in Wonderland is. It's just weird. You go through a forest, everything's weird sizes, and
The Cheshire Cat comes out, plays a few tricks on you.
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, if I was going to be clear, and I have this from my girlfriend, who is a very big fan of Alice in Wonderland, and she will call him this herself, he is a dick, the Cheshire Cat. And he plays games all the time, and actually something story crucial in Alice in Wonderland, Alice is taken towards the end of the world by the Heartless.
Yeah, she's taken to the dark. And the reason we bring up the Disney worlds is because later on it will be apparent that each Disney princess is important to the story.
But it's weird because Alice was never a princess.
She was not.
No, but I think they went for a more pure-hearted kind of storyline.
Yeah, later on we'll find out that there are 7 princesses of pure heart.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that when we get to it.
Fair enough.
So, right. So we go to Alice in Wonderland. The next world we go to,
Deep Jungle.
doesn't have a princess.
No, but as Jane.
But she's not a princess.
No, she's not.
And she also doesn't count towards the story in any way.
That is true. We just basically play Tarzan, really.
Yeah, you just play through Tarzan's story. Clayton's being a dick, as everyone knows. You beat him.
To be fair, actually, it's the first. I believe that's the first instance where we witness a Disney character using the Heartless, because the Queen.
Yeah, that's true.
The Queen in Alice doesn't actually use the Heartless. She doesn't even know what they are.
No, she doesn't. So Clayton is using the darkness to his advantage to try and get what he wants, and eventually, as happens with most people who aren't strong enough of heart, the darkness consumes him.
Yep.
And you end up beating him. After this, there's an optional world, Olympus Coliseum, which is essentially just fighting.
Yeah, it's just an arena
There's
world.
not really much story for that. So
Hades plays a few tricks here and there.
They do, however, introduce Cloud.
With a very interesting outfit.
A very interesting outfit.
It's typical of Cloud.
I believe Disney may have had a hand in a part of that design.
Oh, really?
Having the bandages over his sword.
Yeah.
I don't feel that was a Nomura decision.
No, that doesn't. I don't understand the point of it either.
No.
It was never really explained, to be honest. And I believe Cloud, all he wanted to do was beat the darkness inside him, which he still continued to do into Kingdom Hearts 2, which we'll get to a bit later. But so that's basically the first 3 Disney worlds.
Yep.
Then we go back to
Travis Town.
Travis Town, because we found a gummy block on Deep Jungle.
And in Alice in Wonderland.
I believe
one came out of the doorknob.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
You connect those together, it makes a warp gummy, so you can get to the next areas.
Using Sid from FF7, who we didn't mention.
We didn't.
Or Aerith. Aerith in this one? Aerith in this one.
Yep. So Aerith, Yuffie.
And Squall, who is called Leon, and Sid.
Yep.
Is it ever explained why he's called Leon?
He just says don't use that name.
Okay.
Because Yuffie calls him Squall.
Yeah, I remember.
And he says, that's Leon.
But I don't know if we ever got anything from Square as to why he's called Leon.
I think it was because it reminded him of him not being good enough in his past to protect his homeworld.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
I don't know why that comes to mind, but I think that's something about it.
Yeah,
But,
that might be true. Maybe not.
So anyway, next world we go to, we beat Travis Town again.
Yep.
We go... Is that when we fight the opposite armour?
Yeah, it's the same armour from the first one, but it flips around. And I believe in Final Mix they even changed the colours, because in the original it was purple.
And then after this we finally lock the Travis Town keyhole, which we haven't gone through. We haven't spoke about. So each world you go to has a keyhole to stop the darkness flowing into the world.
One of the main story points of Kingdom Hearts, and we've just been brushing over it like it's nothing.
It's a very complex story. It's hard to get it all out in the right order. So we're doing our best. But yeah, so they have the darkness flowing out through these keyholes, which Sora has to lock to stop the world falling into darkness. We've done Wonderland, which had a keyhole.
Which was the doorknob.
The doorknob was the keyhole. Tarzan's world was a big tree.
It was on top of that tree, yeah.
Olympus Coliseum you can't lock yet.
No, because you need the yellow Trinity, which you can't get until later.
Yeah, way later. I think you learn that from doing the Hercules Cup.
Maybe. I think it's one of the cups.
You go back to Travis Town, that's when you can finally lock the keyhole for this.
Yep.
Then after this, off we fly to Agrabah, Aladdin's world.
Oh.
So this world has some importance because Jasmine is considered a princess of heart, which is important to the story.
But not only that, this is the first time, other than Hades, because we meet a specific Disney villain who is part of a league of Disney villains.
Yeah.
That is run by Maleficent. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got Jafar is in that league.
Yep.
As is
Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie from Halloween Town.
Yep. Ursula from Atlantica. And Jafar. I think we mentioned Jafar. And Hook.
Captain Hook from Peter Pan. Yep. So we go to Agrabah. Not a lot eventful happens there. We just need to know that Jasmine's there and she's a key point of the story.
Yep. We fight Jafar.
Fight him again as a genie. Job done. Off we go.
Lickety split.
Yep.
And off we fly.
Off we fly onto the next world, which is Monstro the whale.
For me, it was always Monstro, but some people actually went left.
They go to Atlantica first. Monstro is a lower battle level, so we'll go that way.
Well, no, what I mean is on the world map. Sorry for
you can go
listeners.
Left.
You can go left or right. If you go left, you go to
Atlantica.
No, you go to Halloween Town. If you go left, you go Halloween Town. If you go right, you go Atlantica. And I always used to go right, and you'd get Monstro and Atlantica. If you go left, you get Halloween Town.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm fairly positive about that one.
Huh, okay, alright.
But I do remember also seeing that it's a higher chance, I think, that Monstro appears if you go right than left.
Oh, I don't know.
And for some speed...
Because I am sure I've had Monstro on the other side.
You can get him on the other side, I just think it's higher if you go right.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm not sure. You can fact check with me, I really don't mind. I've just watched a lot of speed runs, essentially, and they do say left sometimes is a bit quicker, I think.
Yeah, you can skip out Atlantica and Monstro. But, right, so Monstro is important to the story.
Oh, yeah.
Pinocchio, Pinocchio, Geppetto.
Yeah.
This is where... Which we've missed a point.
Where Riku comes
back for the second time. The first time is right after we beat it's before the opposite armor. It's when we go to deliver a book to Merlin, which Sid has asked us on our second visit to Travis Town.
I want to make it clear we're not going over Winnie the Pooh.
No, okay. The book is Winnie the Pooh, but we're not going near that. We don't need to.
No, it's just mini games. Yeah.
So we find Riku. He is clearly jealous of Sora having the Keyblade.
Yep.
He makes a lot of snarky comments. Shortly after this, we don't know where Riku's gone, and we see him with Maleficent, and she is clearly trying to turn him against his once friend, Sora.
Yeah, I believe at this point Riku believes that it should just be him and Sora, and that Sora hasn't been trying to find him at all.
He believes he's replaced him and Kaoru with Donald and Goofy.
It's a very, child thing to do.
Yeah. But hey, the guy's not even 16 yet. He's 15 and... Yeah, he's 15 and 1.
Yeah.
Riku is. Sora and Kaoru are 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, so going forward... Riku is now closer to the darkness than he was at that point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thanks to Maleficent.
Yeah.
He's been given his own sword. He has his wing blade at this point.
Yes, but I think he also had that on...
Travis Town?
Yes, he definitely had it in Travis Town.
Oh, okay. So, right. In Monstro, Riku is playing jokes on Sora, trying to take away Pinocchio. And eventually, Pinocchio gets captured by Heartless.
Yeah.
Now, at this point, we're not sure... with Riku how close he is to the darkness, because he helps you defeat that Heartless.
But I think he also does that because he's after Pinocchio himself. Because when you beat that Heartless and Pinocchio is sad, he jumps in after him as if and then I think he realises, this isn't worth it, I might as well just leave. And
then you don't see Riku again after that.
Not until there's
Hollow Bastion.
No, Peter Pan.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is in Monstro. You free Geppetto and Pinocchio.
Yep.
They get sneezed out. Later on, you find them in Travis Town. They've got a house there, and they build gummy ships.
And that's a good way to get the trophy.
Yes.
But they actually updated in the PS4 versions, so it's not all gummy ships anymore. I think it's just 30 blueprints you need.
This time, not all
so
blueprints.
You not only do you get story, you get trophy packs as well.
Yeah, there you go. The upside to us being trophy hunters.
Yeah, so, it really is.
Yeah. After Monstro...
Oh, you do get double jump in Monstro as well. High jump. Well,
you get high jump in Monstro, yeah.
Front flip, essentially.
Pretty much. So after Monstro, we don't need to talk about Atlantica at all. It's a completely optional world.
It's completely optional. It's annoying.
Underwater combat does not control too well.
No, it really does not.
So yeah, not really much to talk about there.
Halloween Town, Oogie Boogie.
Halloween Town, Oogie Boogie's part of the I'll keep thinking League of Villains.
But I feel like
shout out to My Hero Academia.
My Hero Academia. I believe some like other comics have used that name in the past. I don't know which one.
But no, other than that, Halloween Town is quite an eventful. You fight Oogie Boogie a couple of times.
Yeah,
that's it.
There's not really too much importance there, other than he's trying to make his own heart for
they're trying to make a functioning heart but can't get it right.
Essentially sends the Heartless into Meltdown and they start attacking everything.
After that, after Halloween Town is Neverland.
Yeah, well,
so it's not really Neverland. You do go to Big Ben at the end, but it's basically Hook's pirate ship.
That's most of it is,
So you go there and Hook is giving Riku passage to Hollow Bastion on his ship. And shortly before you do this world, there is a cutscene where Maleficent bestows dark powers upon Riku.
Oh yes,
and allows him to summon Heartless to do his bidding.
And that at that point we can fairly say he's knee deep in darkness. He's quite far in now.
Yeah, he's starting to give himself over to darkness. And the first thing he does, he's found Kaoru now, but she has lost her heart.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows why or where it's gone. So Riku creates a shadow version of Sora to mess around with him while he's on the ship.
Yeah, and that boss fight can be difficult if you're on a higher difficulty than standard. So just proud, really, but no critical was ever added in one, I believe.
In fact, on the original European Kingdom Hearts 1, no Phonics, you only had normal and expert. Those were the two difficulties.
Oh, really?
There was no beginner.
It's been a long time since I played that version, so...
Yeah, same. But it was normal and expert. It's burned into my brain because I had a almost max file where I was about to beat the hardest boss.
Oh, I know.
Level 91, and I accidentally started an expert file just for the fun of it and overwrote my save.
Yes, and then you ran to my house hoping that I had a backup of that save just in case, because you used to come around a lot. Yeah. I did not.
Yeah, I was destroyed. I got back to that point in less than a week though. So
yeah, you did grind that out in a week, to be fair.
But yeah, moving on. After that, we fight.
We fight Hook, but we also find out that Kaoru is on that ship.
Yeah,
and she's not moving. Have we? Oh, apparently, okay.
So yeah, she's lost her heart. We don't know where it's gone.
Oh, okay.
Wendy's also on the ship, so Peter Pan's helping us out.
And they think that Wendy could be a Princess of Heart, but he's wrong.
But we're wrong. She's not a Princess of Heart. So we then learn to fly from Peter Pan. He teaches us to fly.
We can fly, we can fly.
And Sora's very happy. He can't wait to tell Kaoru about it.
Yeah, the heartless Kaoru at this point.
Yes. Then we arrive back in Traverse Town. We have half of a warp gummy, and the other half we do not have.
Yeah.
So we go to speak to Leon, who tells us where the other half is.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't happen yet.
No.
After that, we go to Hollow Bastion, not Traverse Town.
We go straight to Hollow Bastion.
I
think I know which part you're on about. I just think we got there.
We go straight to Hollow Bastion. Sorry for the mess up.
We told him at the beginning we might get things confused.
Yeah. And shock horror, Riku steals the Keyblade from us.
Yeah, he just sort of holds out his hand and it's out of there.
He uses the darkness to empower his heart so that it thinks he has the stronger heart and picks him instead of Sora.
Yep.
And throws Sora his useless little wooden sword back.
It is completely useless. You can't kill anything with it, as per Destiny Islands.
It's pretty much just running and spamming triangle so that Beast attacks whatever's
Yes, because Beast is here at this point.
You do have Beast because Belle is inside Hollow Bastion's castle, who is a Princess of Heart.
Should we just go over the Princess of Heart right now?
So, yeah, we're at that point, I'd say. So, Princess of Heart, there are 7 pure hearts with no darkness whatsoever.
Yep.
The reason Maleficent has been helping Riku find Kaoru is because she is one of these 7.
Yep.
So we have Alice.
Yep.
Jasmine.
Yep.
Belle. Aurora.
From Sleeping Beauty.
Yep. Snow White.
Yeah. From Snow White.
from Snow White. Cinderella.
Yes.
And Kaoru.
Yeah.
So that's 7.
Yeah.
And all 7 of these hearts are needed to unlock the true keyhole,
Yeah.
to suck all worlds into darkness and allow someone to get to the true Kingdom Hearts.
And is someone we'll come into
We'll
shortly
find out
into
very
the Hollow
shortly.
Bastion story, because he does appear.
Yep. So we
It's not
Go
that. It's
forward.
not that long though with the sword, is it? It's just more you go into one
no,
area.
you
to
go
unlock
in a
the
couple
door.
of areas. You go into the entrance hall of the castle
Yeah.
and meet Riku.
Yep.
Donald and Goofy, by the way, left
Oh,
Sora
yeah.
when Riku took the Keyblade because their mission from the king was to follow the key.
But we don't mention that. They're just friends for life.
Yeah, so they left Sora. And then you meet Riku again with the Keyblade and he wants to fight. Donald and Goofy realise that friendship means more than just following your mission. And they come back to Sora's side. Doing that, they realise... No, they don't realise. Doing that, the Keyblade senses that all their hearts combined are stronger and friendship's bond matters. And it chooses Sora again.
Is that actually the reason why? Because their whole heart's like connected
Yeah.
and like combined. Oh, I just
Sora-
thought he was
Sora's
like.
line, "My friends are my power."
Yeah, well, a very famous line from the franchise. I just thought it was more because he had more conviction.
No, I think it is the heart thing because they're very big on that, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I
It's
mean,
the whole
it
motif.
is called Kingdom Hearts, so
Yeah,
I'll give him that. So he gets the Keyblade back. He tells Riku to basically F off.
Yeah, you fight Riku, beat Riku.
Yeah.
Is that about as far as you go?
No, you go right to the end in Hollow Bastion, and the first time you go there.
Okay,
you
so
go
you
into the
continue through.
library.
You have to climb all the way up.
Yeah,
Do a few puzzles on the way of moving books around.
library. Yeah.
Anyone who plays after this, make sure you speak to Aerith 3 times in the library, and she will upgrade your Cura
Aerith, when you go
to a
back,
Curaga.
when you go back to the second time.
Is it the second time?
It's the
Well,
second
make sure
time.
you do that because for a long time I did not know how to do that. So
Also, don't forget you can freeze the balls in the lower section of Hollow Bastion as well as platforms.
What?
Yeah. Oh
Wait.
yeah.
you can freeze what?
Yeah. Do you know the bubbles you use to transport in Hollow Bastion? Yeah. You can freeze them and they turn to platforms. And there's a
What?
chest. There's a chest up at the top.
I've always wondered how you get that chest.
Yeah. It's a dark matter, I think.
What?
I'm just blow your mind there.
I did not know that.
No, tell me about it. I didn't know that. Shout out to the Gamers Joint, a very popular Kingdom Hearts
Oh, yeah.
YouTuber. He actually made a video about it, and even he didn't know for all these years. And it was a great video. I suggest everyone go to his channel and watch it.
Yeah.
themselves.
YouTube.com/thegamersjoint.
The Gamers Joint.
Shout out to Cynical.
Cynical.
So, yeah, so we go to the end of Hollow Bastion. We fight all the way up to this big, evil-looking keyhole. It's multicoloured shaped heart.
I will stop you there because just
Maleficent.
before that we do fight Maleficent.
We fight Maleficent. She gets pissed that we win. Becomes a big, scary dragon.
Because no, we haven't,
Riku unlocks
we
her.
haven't talked about the cutscene, the specific cutscene.
What one?
There's a cutscene in when you beat him, and then about halfway through the castle, the hooded figure from Destiny Islands comes back and he starts talking to Riku.
Is that Final Mix?
No, that's original. Because it's Final Mix cutscenes because they're not audioed.
Oh no, I don't like that.
I don't know if I reckon it's just because the voice actor got too old and
I don't know.
they couldn't go back because Riku did have a different voice then. It's more gruffer and like
Yeah.
adult sounding in the later versions.
Okay. Yeah. The hooded figure comes and gives him a stronger darkness power, and it helps him to unlock a Keyblade.
Yeah.
The Keyblade of Darkness, was it? I can't remember what it was called.
It's a Keyblade to unlock hearts.
Yeah, the Keyblade to unlock hearts.
That's all we know about it, really.
So he has this, and suddenly his voice has changed.
Yeah, it has a very a dark type.
Well, it's
sound.
like 2 voices overlap.
M1, yeah.
So
He also has a skirt.
he does have a hula.
It's like a body suit with a hula on it, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
A very interesting design choice.
Yeah, it is strange.
But it does become iconic in the series as a whole, anyway.
hmm
So it was clearly a good one.
So, where are we?
He stabs
He's-
Maleficent.
Maleficent loses.
Yeah.
She rushes off, and Riku stabs her in the heart to unlock the darkness in her heart, which transforms her into a dragon.
Yeah.
So this is the point where we're like, okay, let's kick her ass again. We do that.
Yeah.
And here comes the most aggravating fight of the entire game.
Is it fair to say Tinkerbell?
Tinkerbell is a lifesaver.
She quite literally is, yeah.
Yeah. Tinkerbell Summon gives you some slight regen where every 10 seconds or so she'll give you about 5 HP back.
Yeah,
10
but
HP
not
back.
only that, if you die while using Tinkerbell, she will disappear, but she will bring you back to life.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never died using her before.
Oh, I have. That's why I know. And then I believe you can't. No, I don't think you can use another summon in that fight. So it's kind of like a one-time deal. If you lose her, you lose her for good. Obviously, I've gotten better as we've gone on, and I'm not that much of a scrub anymore. But when I was younger, I definitely found that one out. I wasn't that good at one, if you remember.
Yeah. One is more clunky, harder to control.
Yeah.
So, yeah, after this, we fight Riku again.
Uh-huh.
We run up onto a platform, and what do we see when we get up there, Ryan?
Kaoru on the floor?
Kaoru on the floor.
Yeah, I am correct, yeah.
Yep, we see Kaoru lying motionless on the floor with what we think is Riku sitting up above her. And he wants to stab Kaoru with this Keyblade.
No, stab Sora.
No, he has figured it out. So, from the beginning, when I said Kaoru went into Sora, what happened was her heart couldn't handle the darkness and went into Sora for safekeeping. So all along through its entire game, Sora has had Kaoru's heart within him.
But it's not just Kaoru's heart he's had in him this whole time.
Weirdly, each time they take a Princess of Heart, their heart goes to him.
Yeah, and we don't really know why.
I don't think that's ever explained.
In one, it's not really explained, but I feel like as Sora's character develops in every single Kingdom Hearts, we do kind of learn why at the same time.
Hearts are affected by Sora for some reason.
Yeah, it's a confusing aspect of Kingdom Hearts that no one really knows yet, I don't think.
I don't think so.
But yeah, he has every single Princess of Heart inside of him.
So, yeah, we find out Riku is no longer Riku. He's Ansem, Seeker of Darkness.
He's completely taken over now. Especially after you beat him, yeah.
Yeah, he's completely taken over. No, it's before, he says.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, before you fight him, he says...
Yes,
Sora
says,
Ansem,
yeah.
Who are you? It's like, it is I,
Ansem.
Ansem, Seeker of Darkness.
Yes, I remember.
So, yeah, we find out he's Ansem. He's been took over by the darkness, which is Ansem.
Yeah.
So, Q2, we beat Maleficent, who was the main bad guy for the whole game, and boom, Ansem is main bad guy. So, let's call him Necron.
I was going to mention that, to be honest, but I'm glad you got there first. That was a Final Fantasy 9 joke to anyone out there. Just the god of death at that point. But, yes, so we're fighting Ansem now.
Yeah, we are.
Beat Ansem when he's in his Riku type form.
With his Keyblade.
Yeah.
He tries to take Kaoru's heart from you because he's figured out where it is. And you beat him. We wonder, how is Kaoru going to wake up? Because we can't do anything with the keyhole because it's not complete without her heart.
Yep.
So...
what does Sora do, Scott?
Sora grabs the Keyblade of Heart.
And just decides, you know what?
Stabs himself in the chest. You know. Falls into darkness, but, you know, at least Kaoru's got a heart.
And at least we got like one of the best songs from the soundtrack.
Sora Sacrifice, look it up.
It's only a minute and as well. You gotta listen to the extended because
you do, it's brilliant.
It's too
15
short.
minutes of beautiful times.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
So you fall into darkness and you get a great time of being able to play as a Heartless.
It's the only time in the series, isn't it?
Yeah.
The only time you play as a Heartless.
With no mods, only time you play as a Heartless.
Oh yeah, with no mods. And I actually watched a streamer do it for the first time the other day, and he was like, what is going on? He did not understand what to do at all. He didn't know how to quickly get to the place. Obviously, if you've played Kingdom Hearts 1 over and over, you know how the fastest route get to where you need to be.
So after this, you have to run as the Heartless down to the entrance hall where you fought Riku for the first time.
Yep.
And you get attacked by Donald.
Yeah, he starts bopping you on there.
Confounded Heartless.
It's just like bop, 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 bop.
Yeah. But Kaoru, you know, being the Don that she is.
The Don.
She knows. She knows who it is.
Yeah, somehow she figures out it's Sora.
She knows it's Sora.
Are we just chalking that down to she's a Princess of Heart, so she would just know?
Yeah, why not? We'll give it that excuse.
We'll give it that, like, plain excuse that's in any movie.
And she gives him a cuddle. Luckily it was Sora, because otherwise she'd be pretty gone.
Yeah, she gets pounced by about 7 shadows.
Yeah, a lot of shadows jump on her. Her voice calling out to Sora brings him back from the darkness, and he becomes Sora again.
Yeah, it sort of brings his heart back, doesn't it?
But doing this has caused the darkness to protrude
Nice word.
from the keyhole.
Yeah.
A lot worse than it was before. So you have to escape. And back to Travis Town you go. This is the part we were going over earlier.
Yes.
So we've got half the gummy piece. We're good to go. We're all right. We need another half. Where are we going to find it, Ryan?
We go talk to Leon.
Yeah, we talked to Leon. He's having a good time. Takes us down underground.
Fairly certain he's just stood there swinging his sword at nothing the whole time.
He is. He's training. He's training.
If you want to call it that.
I call it training. Kaoru's down there with him, having a great time.
Yeah.
So you go to this moon. It gives you another half of a Navi gummy piece.
Yep.
And then Kaoru talks to you. She's like, Sora, I'm always with you. Here's my charm thing.
That you do see on Destiny Islands.
You do.
It's unfinished, and somehow she's finished it when we're not at a beach anymore.
Yeah, I wonder about that.
But you
so
know
she
what?
gives you her charm.
Plot convenience will go.
She says, it's my lucky charm. Be sure to bring it back to me.
Don't worry, I will. Little quote there for you.
So you then get the Oathkeeper Keyblade, which is... it's not...
It didn't really have
important.
much significance until a certain character came into it. To peek behind the curtain, it's the secret cutscene at the end of 1.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm on about now, yeah?
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Right, so you find your extra piece so that you can use a back entrance in the gummy ship areas.
Yep.
To go round to Hollow Bastion without getting completely destroyed by the overflow of darkness.
Yeah.
So back we go. We're in Hollow Bastion again. It's pretty scary. The battle levels increased. There's more enemies. Now we have defenders and wizards.
Dark balls. all over.
Yeah. So we're doing all this. It's all great. We're carrying on, rushing back to the keyhole that we couldn't do before because of Kaoru's heart.
Yeah,
which has now been completed. Get back up to the top, and all the princesses of heart are there trying to hold the darkness back with their light.
Yep.
And off we plod to fight
The Behemoth.
Le Behemoth.
Yep.
Beat Le Behemoth.
Yep.
Forgot to mention, you also get Oblivion, which is another important keyblade from a chest above where you fight Riku the second time.
It was the best keyblade in the game until the
Final mix added in
mix.
Rumbling Rose, I think it was.
I thought Rumbling Rose was always in it. It was,
but it wasn't as powerful.
It was never as powerful as Oblivion, and I'm very upset by this.
No, Oblivion was cool.
It felt like they did this because Oblivion was a longer reach than Rumbling Rose, so they thought, oh, you can either have a longer reach but less attack, or shorter reach but more.
Yeah.
And
probably.
I'm going to say right now, 2 more attack is quite crucial in later stages.
Yeah, it is a lot.
So it's a bit of a sad thing of Kingdom Hearts 1, but you know, you choose style over power. It's up to you, really.
Yeah.
Unless you want to choose friendship.
After they ditched you.
After they ditch you, just choose them again because that's how it works. So we beat the Behemoth.
We beat the Behemoth. We lock the keyhole.
Yep.
And now we need to find...
Although, one scene that's always bugged me about Hollow Bastion is you finally beat the Behemoth, and before he even locks the keyhole, you hear Leon go, Sora, you've done it.
And you don't lock the keyhole.
No, you just come back
You
out.
walk outside and have a chat for about 10 minutes about how Leon's never going to forget you guys when you fix the world.
Which is a lie.
Yeah, which is a lie. So, Leon, bless his little cotton socks, he's pretty embarrassed about it. He's like, yeah, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
He didn't say
Was that the words?
No, he didn't say that.
Does he wear cotton socks?
Oh, bless him.
Bless him. Do I want to know how you know?
I don't know nothing.
Okay, cool. Let's just carry on then.
So we go back in and lock the keyhole.
Yep.
And now we need to follow Ansem Sod, Secret
Ansem?
Darkness,
Right, okay.
into the darkness he went into.
Yes, let's follow that sod.
Yeah, let's follow the sod. So in we go, into the final world of the game, end of the world.
Is it fair to call this part the end of the podcast because of the end of the world?
Let's get to the end of that first.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we're at end of the world. This world is just made up of all the parts of each world you've been to that have been taken by darkness. So what's left?
Yep.
And it's just about running through all those worlds again, fighting Heartless, until you reach the end and find one of Ansem's little test rooms.
Yeah, that scene was weird because that is never in Hollow Bastion, that room. But I feel like that was them saying, because if you read the reports as you go through the games, you do find Anson's reports, just him saying how he went to darkness and how he like played with it and he did loads of experiments like scientists would do in that situation. And I feel like that room specifically that we're talking about is a room where he took the darkness and tried to put it with hearts and eventually created the Heartless.
Yeah.
So we're led to believe at this point in the stories. And in that room, it's just a random room, and we never see it again after that. I don't think we ever see it.
We don't ever see it again.
No, and let's make it also clear there are a couple of enemies in this world that. Well, I'm quite glad they never came back. I mean, they do come back in Chain of Memories, but they don't come back in like 2, which is I'm talking about is the Angel Hearts and
Angel Star,
sorry, and
Invisibles.
And Invisibles. That's the
Invisibles do come back in.
I thought they come back in Chain, but I don't.
They're in something else. I'm sure they are.
Are they?
Oh, I'm probably thinking of Union Cross.
Oh yeah, the mobile game.
Yeah,
which is also canon.
Yeah.
Let's make that clear.
Whatever not they're doing.
But I think we both agreed we're not going over that.
We're not gonna go over Unchained Key.
We live in the UK. Ours hasn't caught up with Japan yet, so we don't.
Closer to the release of Kingdom Hearts 3, we'll do all the story that's out at that point.
Yeah, I think that would be better for everyone involved.
So yeah, end of the world. We've been through the worlds. You do this little scientist room, come back out.
Yeah.
And then when you re-enter, you're flying, facing the Chernobog.
Oh, the Chernobog.
Oh, the Chernobog.
Oh, proud mode. I don't even. Yeah, you know what? That's also the trophy. Don't change your equipment.
Yeah.
Chernobog, a lot harder than I care to admit. If you didn't know about the little glitch you can do with Mushu.
See, this glitch, I did my speed run with no equipment change.
Yeah.
On beginner.
Yeah, I did that too.
Because I'm a scrub.
No, I
don't want to do no equipment changes on proud mode.
I don't either, to be honest. We'd never done a level 1 run either.
I haven't really. No, I don't think I've ever done a level 1 run. That's something to do on stream, I think.
Could do that one day.
If anyone ever wants to see us stream those.
Yeah, it could work one day.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. I could do it.
If we wanted to kill ourselves, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
But
so right, fight the Chernobog, and we beat him.
Yep.
We get the super glide ability.
Yep.
We float down to the most annoying room in the entire game.
It's just rounds and rounds of enemies, isn't it?
Yeah, you just have to fight rounds of enemies to unlock the door. Just keep going. Just fight and fight and fight. And they're all really annoying enemies to make it worse. Dark Balls, Invisibles, Angel Stars.
Yeah, and I believe the first enemy you actually fight in there is a Behemoth.
Yeah, and you do fight a Behemoth.
Which I'm also certain that Behemoths have never come back. Other than Unchained, they've never come back.
I don't know.
In the series.
I can't remember. I don't think so. No.
I know in a trailer for 2 they did show them,
did they?
But they did never make a return.
They also, in one of the E3 trailers for Kingdom Hearts 2, shown you in Hollow Bastion as it is in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yes. Yeah.
So let's just say it didn't really
that
turn
didn't
out
really
how
pan out that way. But I'm kind of glad they didn't do that.
No, I like how it turned out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we go into this final room called Final Rest after we beat these enemies.
Yeah.
And so begins the ending to this game.
Which took us a very long time to get to.
Yeah, I thought we'd have been on like game 3 by now.
we might have to split these up a bit into like maybe combine a game with another if we.
Yeah, for the shorter games, but I feel like a game per podcast is a good idea.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. There's a lot to talk about with Kingdom Hearts 1, especially 2 as well. We're going to be
2 will be a while.
We're going to be here for a while.
I think 358 shorter because it's just like bullet points, really.
Yeah, and a couple of characters in there, and then there's maybe Dream Drop
might have a bit of time on it too. Yeah, but we could just pair that with 0.2 and it'll be about the same.
Pair a couple with a couple of others and we'll get there.
But yeah, okay, so we're in the final room, last boss. We go through the final door, which looks the same as the door from Sora's Dream and the door on Destiny Islands.
And not only that, the moment you examine the door, a familiar type of dialogue comes back on the screen. It does. We don't have a voice for this person though. It's just
text. It's just text. But yeah, you go through and you're back on a darkness-filled Destiny Islands.
Yep. It's half cut off, really, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And yeah.
I believe you go down to the beach, or do you go up?
You go to Secret Place.
You go to Secret Place, yes. Yes, you are correct, yeah.
Get a cutscene showing Riku down on the beach.
go down there to meet
Down
him.
on the beach. And then
And then yeah, and then he turns into Ansem, doesn't he? Like turns around and
Ansem.
the goofy voice acting is top notch from the Kingdom Hearts series.
Oh man, he's great.
I mean, if I could do a good Donald, I would, but I don't think I can.
Key point I have to point out about
Right.
best Donald moment from this whole first game. When you're jumping in, you're running forward to fight Riku as Ansem.
Back in the Hollow Bastion area. I know exactly.
Donald tries to jump over, he just gets hit by a wall, and he's like, "Whack."
No, Goofy gets hit by the wall. Goofy like
He hits
smacks
Donald
it,
out,
and then
doesn't
as Donald tries to attack Ansem, he just kind of backhands him out of the wall.
Yeah,
We completely went over that, but that is a hilarious
it
scene.
is great.
Yeah.
So yeah, Riku's on the beach. You go down to him, and he fades away to become Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, as we know him now.
Yeah.
So dark skin, just looking real tan.
Yeah, he does have quite a tan in that game.
He does. Yeah, and Sora is worried for his friend because he can't take a hint. The guy don't like him, but whatever.
Can't take a hint.
And he's like, Riku! And then Ansem is like, he can no longer hear you where he is.
Yeah,
Or
it's
something
basically
along them lines.
it's basically Ansem saying that Riku will take no part in this fight
Yeah,
now.
he's lost to the darkness.
Yeah,
he's been
gone.
took over. Even though, another point I forgot to point out was that Riku holds back Ansem when you escape
I
Hollow Bastion.
I didn't know whether to mention that or not.
I completely forgot that part.
No, yeah, he does. He holds him back, and that's the last we ever see of him really until the end of the game.
Yeah. So, at this point, you fight Ansem.
I believe it's once on the beach.
You fight him on the beach, then
Then you fight a dark
you
side
jump
in a tree.
inside a hole in the trees,
Oh, yes,
which is all darkness filled.
and you're Sora on by himself.
After this point, Donald and Goofy can't follow.
Nope.
They fall into darkness, but we don't see that till the end, like the final last boss.
Yep.
They fall into like dark rooms. You fight a dark side, then
Yep.
you fight Ansem again,
Yep.
and then
I believe he has 1 HP bar less, but I don't
remember.
No, I don't remember. But there are cheap ways you can fight him.
He's not too difficult.
Just don't get caught by the submit.
Yeah. Open your heart to the darkness.
Although it is funny when Donald and Goofy get caught by it and you just stand back and watch. It's so funny.
I like to watch.
It's hilarious. And then you beat him again, and then next thing you know, darkness has completely surrounded the 3 characters,
Yeah.
and Ansem's just talking to him about he's going to win.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much his dialogue throughout the whole fight.
Yeah. You've come so far and you still understand so little.
Yeah, but does anyone understand it other than Tetsuya? and all?
Darkness is the heart's true essence.
That's not true.
I know now.
Some great dialogue.
Yeah. So we're on to the final Ansem fight now,
Yeah.
where he's basically an entire world.
Yeah. It's a ship, a heartless ship.
Yeah,
I'd
pretty
say.
much. You've got like the front of the ship with a big like heartless face.
Is it a heartless face? I've always just thought of it like a monster face.
It
And
is
they-
sort of a
I don't
monster
think they really thought about it.
No.
I think they were more just sort of, oh well, we need a cool ass boss. And I don't think they really thought this series would progress.
That is the
way it
thing.
did.
The thing with Kingdom Hearts is they have very long last bosses with many fights.
But I think we both can agree that Kingdom Hearts 2 probably is the one that takes the cake for like last
I'd say
bosses.
it's quite long. Yeah.
No, I meant in terms of like
How good it
How
is.
good it is.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, I think
Really flashy.
I'd really prefer it to Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah. So yeah, we beat this whole boss world thing,
Boss world thing.
and Ansem comes, pardon me, away from that.
You
Yeah.
right there?
Yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright.
Cool. So yeah,
So
you
Ansem
have
comes
to
away from it.
you have to beat all the different type of sections. Obviously, you don't have Donald and Goofy for the first part. You have to beat Ansem, who's attached to the ship.
No, you beat the first one, go in, fight Heartless, come back out, beat another part, go in, then save
The first
Donald.
part of the fight is fighting Ansem.
No, I mean, yeah, you fight the main Ansem,
Yeah.
then you go in the darkness,
Yeah, you
fight just Heartless, but you don't save anyone the first time. Come back out, then you fight, I don't know what part you fight after that, but you go in, then you
sure?
save Donald or Goofy, 100%. Then you fight the mouth, then you go in, save
You fight.
the other one,
Yeah, you save Goofy
and then you
first.
come out again, and then you fight the stomach.
Just to be asses even more at Square Enix, they would like, oh, you need a healer. Well, tough. You can have Goofy first,
Yep.
and you best to boil a lot of evers. That fight, I'm proud. Sometimes
It is quite annoying with
if
the
you don't
beams that
if
never
you don't
stop
know the
coming and-
exploits of it, which I didn't, and obviously I recommend to people do it the first time yourself. You do feel the satisfaction, but if you really want a quick way, just find a speedrun.
method.
A
Yeah.
speedrun method will take you. Mushu with no XP, I believe, is the ability you need equipped
Yeah.
to make it work. So yeah, where were we? Yeah, so we saved
So you beat him.
Donald, we saved Goofy, we beat Ansem.
Yeah, beat Ansem. Then, cutscene starts. This is the ending of the game.
Yep.
So we've got Ansem trying to open Kingdom Hearts
Yep.
using his big line, "Kingdom Hearts, fill me with the power of darkness."
Yeah.
And then Sora, being the magical boy he is, says,
I know now, without a doubt.
"Kingdom Hearts is light." And then he said it, and so it became.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts is light now.
Yeah.
Kills off Ansem, blinds him. He just like, light, but why?
It's fair to say it's sort of like Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone when the guy just kind of melts away. Always the vase with the water bucket. He just kind of disappears. Just the light just completely melts him away.
Yeah.
Don't really see him after that. Wink.
So yeah, he's. Yep. Don't see him after that. So then Sora is all like, "Yeah, we beat Ansem. Let's go up to Kingdom Hearts. We've got to close that door. We can't let that darkness out." So we get to the door.
And they realise they're not strong enough.
There's a great time. It's a great time. We're pushing. There's like Sora, Donald, and Goofy having a go. And who do we see?
We see a familiar hand grab the door on the other side.
We have a little bit of Riku goodness coming out of the other side of the door.
They say, let's do this together. And then they start to close the door, but they realise they do need two keyblades, one of dark and one of light, to close the door.
From either side.
And then thus, we finally have the appearance of the one, the only, King Mickey, without his shirt for some reason. It's just like
just the trousers.
The overall trousers that he does wear, and he's got a keyblade. It's the Kingdom Key D. Which we don't know.
Key of Darkness.
We don't know this right now, but it does look like the Kingdom Key, no matter how you spin
Sora's
that.
Keyblade.
Yeah, and it's just a Key of Darkness, and
he says, "Now, Sora, let's close this door for good."
Nice.
And so they went.
Yeah.
Fun fact, by the way, which I found out the other day. The reason King Mickey is not in Kingdom Hearts 1 is because Disney forbids Square to use him in more than one scene in their game, and Nomura thought that this would be the biggest impactful scene to use him in.
I want to say I did know that fact, but I'm glad you did bring it up.
Yeah, that was an interesting fact.
I did know that. I do think that's a bit weird considering it is kind of centered around.
It is centered around the king. They're just not allowed to use his appearance.
Yeah,
anything.
I do agree.
Like he's not even voice acting his letters at the beginning of the game. It's just writing on the screen.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
So
and then cue the line that every single time I hear it, it sends chills down my spine. It actually sends a bit of tears to my eyes.
We run back away from the door, and there's a patch of sand because the worlds are being restored.
No, not that part.
Whoa!
I'm on about the part where the door's closing. Riku turns back to Sora and just goes, "Take care of her." And every single time right now it's just giving me goosebumps. And I know I can't voice
It's
Riku,
horrible.
but I just think about that scene and I'm like, oh my god.
He knows he's going to be stuck in the darkness.
For at least a little while, obviously.
So, yeah, okay, then skip to the part I was on about.
Yeah,
you turn
part,
around,
yeah.
you see Kaoru there, looking all confused on the little patch of sand because the worlds are being restored. Everybody goes back to their own worlds, which is the point of restoring the worlds.
Yeah.
And Destiny Islands is forming around Kaoru.
Yeah.
So Sora goes up to her. She's looking all scared.
Yeah.
And Sora's pulling away from her because the world is appearing and he's still in the darkness.
Yeah.
And I'm losing out. I can't remember the line perfectly.
He basically what he says to Kairi is that he'll find her again one day.
Oh, I remember now. So, Kairi, you remember what you said before? Well, I'm always with you too.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you. I promise.
I know you will.
Kairi says, I know you will, like Ryan has just demonstrated. And so begins Utada Hikaru's
simple
Hikari, or Simple and Clean, depending on the language.
I know you prefer the Japanese. Just because I grew up with it, I'll always prefer
I like
the
both
English.
equally.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. just an ending that is, and I will admit, probably the best part of the game, because I do love Kingdom Hearts 1, but it will never compare to 2 for me.
No.
And to top that off, when you complete Kingdom Hearts 1, you always think, and I know we both agreed on this, even though we did play Chain of Memories, and it was a new game for us when we first had 1.5.
Yeah.
We were both like, right, when's 2.5? Because we knew 2 was probably going to come out.
Yeah, before they announced it. And we were like, they're going to do a 2.5.
And the moment it did, we were very hyped and happy, because 2 was probably the better one. It was the first one, and I had to say this, it was the first one I ever finished. And I didn't even know the story. I just enjoyed the game.
I finished 1 many times.
But I did make...
Before 2 was even announced.
I did make you finish 1 in front of me.
Yeah, you had seen 1 before.
I had seen it. A bit of knowledge on me during this Kingdom Hearts podcast is I actually preferred watching games than playing them, because I never thought I was that good. It wasn't really until...
It was your birthday. I don't remember which one. But I told you to buy a PS2 with the amount of money you got. I was like, you can afford a PS2 with that. And you were like, you're right.
Yeah.
And the fun fact is, I only wanted my PS2 for Kingdom Hearts. And when I'd outplayed it and didn't feel like playing anymore, I sold my PS2 and all its games to get a GameCube with Zelda, Wind Waker, and Ocarina Disc. And then they announced Kingdom Hearts 2, and I realised what a big mistake I had made.
And I got Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 for a Christmas present, I believe.
Yep, and I didn't have a PS2, so you actually beat me to the punch in finishing Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't understand what the hell was going on. I was like, what is? Why the hell? I just knew that I enjoyed the worlds in it a lot more than I did in 1, but we'll come on to that.
We'll get
at a later date.
So right,
but the ending,
credits are happening.
Ending is still probably the best part of the game,
credits are happening. We have an after credits scene. Donald, Goofy and Sora are walking through the worlds, looking for Riku and the King.
Is it the worlds? It just seems a pathway that doesn't really
It is a pathway, but it
doesn't really explain what that is.
Well, that pathway directly leads to Castle Oblivion.
Which is
And the Crossroads as well, where they meet... who's the first person to meet? Is it...
Diz?
No, it's not Axel. In the hood, in the Chain of Memories opening.
Oh, I don't know who the person in the hood is. I've always assumed...
Axel or Marluxia?
I've always assumed that's Marluxia.
Yeah, who knows?
He's the only one that would like sway that way, do you know what I mean?
Okay, but that's for the next episode.
Yeah, definitely.
Right now, they're looking for Riku and King, and they see Pluto, and he's leading them somewhere. Run off into the sunset, game end. But if you beat the game with either the hardest difficulty, or if you do a normal difficulty and get all the side quests and everything done,
it's just completely
you will be
journal,
treated. I'm not 100%.
Yeah,
but you will be treated to a beautiful Kingdom Hearts 2 trailer. We didn't know that's what it was at the time.
No.
Where we see 2 hooded figures.
I wouldn't even say it's 2. I would say that's a trailer for 358. But obviously 2 came out before 358.
It was a 2 trailer.
Yeah.
Because that cutscene...
I've just kind of answered my own question.
I think that cutscene is in 2.
I think part of it is, but obviously it's not as well animated and everything. It looks so amazing at the end of 1 when you get there and that scene plays, and it's a hooded figure. 2
hooded figures.
Yeah, it's 2. Sorry, yes, it's 2 hooded figures to start off with.
Yeah.
And then what happens is loads of these Heartless are appearing. Now, obviously in Final Mix we know these Heartless are
Neo Shadows.
Neo Shadows, which is like essentially the teenager version of Shadows.
Yeah.
If you had to.
Shadows are the normal Heartless that you fought on the island and in the dream.
And then these are like just older looking versions, and they start appearing around this hooded figure, and we don't know what's going on. Look up.
He has 2 Keyblades.
It has 2 Keyblades. Look
First time we've ever seen this, and it's amazing to fans.
Oh god, yes. And then he looks up, and on top of this skyscraper is a hooded figure. He takes off the hood, and I think it's safe to say that that's Riku.
Yeah. With a blindfold.
With a blindfold on. We don't know what's going on. He has longer hair now, which the long hair on Riku.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful scene. It's a beautiful sight. And these 2 Keyblades, as I said earlier, Oathkeeper
and Oblivion. So they're running up. The hooded figure at the bottom runs up the building, and the one at the top jumps off and kind of like skydives down.
Yep.
And as they pass, the hooded figure from the ground gives Riku Oblivion.
He throws at him and he just catches it.
Yeah. And then they beat all the Heartless and begin to fight.
Yeah, and I believe that's where it ends. It doesn't go that far into it, but
I believe don't they call it I think it doesn't just say reconnect at the end.
Reconnect. Yeah, that's a very popular thing within the Kingdom Hearts series, reconnect.
And that is the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah,
complete.
Obviously, you can do some optional stuff. You can go to Olympus. You can fight Sephiroth.
You can fight Sephiroth.
The hardest boss in the game. Compared to the mysterious...
In Final Mix, the mysterious figure might be harder.
Oh, I did want to actually quickly say that the mysterious figure is. Later on, you will realise
he's a boss from a different
Kingdom Hearts, and that usually is like a normal thing in Kingdom Hearts. You'll fight a mysterious figure.
Yeah, and find out there's someone else who you haven't met yet.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things you can do in Kingdom Hearts 1. You've got certain Heartless. You can get certain materials off to make ultima weapons, save the Queen and save the King. You can get from
those are from Olympus. Doing them
Hades
alone,
Cup,
or is it Time
alone.
Attack?
Hades Cup alone, Hades Cup Time Attack. You gotta do both.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, you gotta do both to get those. And I think other than that, we've really covered about everything.
Yeah, in the most roundabout way possible.
But I will say that the Final Fantasy characters, they don't have worlds like
no,
Squad.
Their
Squad
world
doesn't
is
go back to 8 or
Hollow Bastion is considered their home world.
Yeah, and Traverse Town is a place where characters go when their worlds are taken. They've got nowhere to go.
It's like it's where strong enough hearts go.
Yeah.
When they've been stranded from their home worlds.
Yeah.
Traverse Town.
You can give a bit of backstory on those as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the worlds are restored, and that's basically
as
the
far
end
as
of
we
one.
know.
Yeah, and that's the end of 1.
And that is the end, as you say, of Kingdom Hearts 1.
No, we've gone pretty far in this one, so we'll just have to...
Yeah, we'll have to end the podcast here. Next episode, we'll be covering Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories.
And maybe 2 if we don't spend too long on Chain.
I don't believe 2 we'd be able to do. I mean, we could
358?
do 358 over 2 days.
I think we should.
Because they overlap in the timeline.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
We will be going out of order release for that, but it is also essential to 2 if we do 358 before.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense for the opening, specifically the opening few hours of Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing us ramble and try and keep some form of order on what we've been saying.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We did our best. Hopefully you make sense of what we've said.
And hopefully next time we come together, we'll actually have 2 mics, and we'll
instead of using this one mic that we're sharing, we hopefully will have better quality, pop shields.
Yep.
So fingers crossed. But yeah, hope everyone enjoyed, and tune in for the next episode.
Bye guys.
Peace out.